Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you guys how I approach professional mode in Phasmophobia using only tier 1 items so that I can also prove a point that you don't need the highest gear possible in order to be fast and efficient. Though I will be doing this all on Tanglewood, this approach also works on all the other smaller maps in Phasmophobia. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. First things first, we want to start with the camera, with the EMF, and the spirit box. And the reason for this is because if we get an orbs ghost, the camera will pick up orbs. Or we'll be able to find the ghost room through its orbs. And if it happens to be a different ghost, something other than an orbs ghost, then what we need to do is we need to keep our eyes and our ears peeled for any sounds, any things that are being thrown around, and that's where the EMF is going to be handy. Because if we hear something being thrown around, we rush to that area. See, I heard a door right there. Now I gotta find the door. I gotta find out where this door was being touched. And I do that with the EMF. So it looks like this door was moved right there, which kind of tells me that this might be the ghost room. Now here's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna use the spirit box, because if it is a spirit box ghost, we should get a response right away. Okay, it doesn't seem like it's responding to that yet. That's another thing that ghosts will do, is that even if it isn't a spirit box ghost, it'll give us activity, and we'll be able to use the EMF to get a reading off of whatever it does. Think of it as like knowing the ghost with a spirit box. Okay, so the next setup is going to be dots, ghost writing book, and the thermometer. And we're just going to go ahead and leave them in the room, since we know that's the ghost room. We're getting cold breath in there. That kind of tells me that that is the room. Okay, this one we could probably just leave right there. There we go. We see dots already. Easy. So we got dots as our first piece of evidence. Now all we need to do is just drop this. And we know it's not a Goryo because we saw dots in person. Goryos, you can only see dots on a camera, or through a camera standing outside of the room, or through the monitor in the truck. So I brought salt and I brought the UV. There we go. I guess we didn't need the UV, the salt, but if it didn't touch any doors, salt is a good way to get the ghost to, or it's a good way for us to get UV through the ghost walking over the salt. This time it didn't, but a lot of times it will it'll walk over the salt and we'll be able to get some UV through that. So we do know that we have UV, and since we do, Obake is not on the list. We have Banshee and we have Phantom as our two pieces of evidence. So otherwise, I would say this: if Obake is on the list, it would be a pretty good idea for you to leave the UV light like that. You just walk up to the door, you look. Okay, hello ghost. You just look up and drop it, and it should stand up, and every time it touches that door, we'll be able to see handprints. So it is getting a little bit more active. Now you can do two things. You can stay in the room and try to gather that third piece of evidence, or another one is to prepare for a hunt. I think that since we have two ghosts to choose from, right? Since we know it can't be a Goryo, the only thing that we can get from a hunt is the blink pattern, right? Since we know phantoms have a slower blink pattern, or rather that they are invisible longer during the hunt, and they are very, very, very difficult to track. It's definitely my most feared ghost. That and the Revenant. For different reasons, of course. Okay, so we don't have the voodoo doll. We didn't see the monkey paw down there. Let's see if we get... Oh, there we go. We have this one right here. We have the summoning circle. So here's what I'm gonna do. I think my sanity should be pretty drained from being in darkness that whole time. So maybe if I just light a couple of these, my sanity will be low enough to get the ghost to hunt from where it's at. Or another option is this, and I'll show you. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it is hunting. Let's go ahead and pull it. Let's give it a little... There we go. So it's very, very hard to track. In fact, I think it was It was invisible for like 2 seconds or so at some point. So that tells me that this is going to be a phantom. But now that we know that it is a phantom, I'm going to show you guys another way that you guys can tell a phantom through the summoning circle. And that is, we're going to need a lot of sanity for this. So I'm just going to go ahead and drink them all, and we'll force the ghost to hunt. But we do need a photo camera for this one. I'll show you guys in just a minute why that is important. And the reason why that's important is because if you take a photo of the phantom, it will disappear. So when I light this last one right here, it'll appear, and as soon as I take a photo, it'll instantly disappear. Just like that. And that's how you guys know that it is a phantom. But that means that by lighting all the candles right there on the summoning circle, it will cause it to hunt again. So we gotta be very careful. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand right here. If it comes near me, I'll smudge and then run back to the kitchen. There we go. This is going to be a longer hunt because we did use the summoning circle. Anytime you use any one of the cursed objects, I believe the hunt lasts for about an hour. Excuse me, not an hour. Almost a minute. But we're pretty safe here. All we need to do is just wait for the lights to go off, and that's how we'll know that the hunt is over. And there we go. Lights turned off. And we figured out the ghost. Alright, there we go. There we have it, Phantom. So, Phantom, right? Just to kind of recap, a Phantom has a very slow blink, or rather that it stays invisible longer during the hunt. And also too, when you summon it using the summoning circle, it will instantly disappear as soon as you take the photo of the ghost. And then also too, if you look at your photo book, there will not be a ghost there. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.